Hi sparkly beings, welcome back to my channel. Today we're on, day 5 of the chakra series. So today is the throat chakra. So the throat chakra is connected to your ability to communicate, to know your truth, communicate your truth to others. It's also in communication, listening is just as important as speaking, so take that in consideration. Even though it's a throat chakra, it's all about the entirety of communication. Today is about a 20-minute session, and it's devoted to kind of really helping you open and cultivate that space in your throat chakra to allow you to be able to speak your truth, whatever it is you need to do, however you need to connect with people, to be honest with yourself and honest with others. So that being said, whenever you're ready, join me on your mat. Starting with me at the top of your mat, go ahead and roll your shoulders down and back. Get nice and grounded in your feet. Shift from your left to your right. Really pressing into all 10 toes, pressing into your heels, feeling your arches rise. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Really lengthen here through your spine and your neck. Go ahead and lean your head back all the way here, as much as you can. And exhale, press the air away, chin to chest. Keep your head here. Really lengthen through the back of your neck. Gently trace a semicircle towards your right shoulder with your chin. And gently trace that semicircle towards your right shoulder with your chin. And come back down to center. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Lean back, lengthen through your throat. Exhale, press the air away, chin to chest. Roll your shoulders down and back. Roll your shoulders forward. As we're working on the throat chakra today, you really want to bring that intention to that space. It's communication, so that's listening as well as expressing verbally. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest, and this time bring both hands behind you. Interlace your fingers, clasp your fists, and guide them towards the ground. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And exhale, lean your head back as far as it's comfortable for you. We're just getting right into that throat chakra, so just breathe into that space. Inhale to rise. Exhale, flat back. We're going to do a forward fold here. Hinge through your knees, bend through your knees rather. Hold it here. Really think about drawing your shoulders down and back away from your ears. And you're really drawing your fists towards the back of the room here, lengthening through your spine, lengthening through the crown of your head. Inhale here. Exhale, gently lower all the way down. Hands still clasped. Really think about drawing your fists towards the front of the room over your head. Once again, just be mindful where you're at. You don't want to necessarily aggravate anything here. Just find that space that you are in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release your arms down to your sides. Clasp opposite elbows here. Go ahead and hang. Stay bent in your knees and rest your torso on your thighs. And gently maybe shift from side to side here. And release your palms to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, palms to your shins. Exhale, press your palms to the mat and step back for your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or not. And inhale, upward dog or cobra. So really lengthen through your throat here. Tuck your toes, bend your knees, and raise your hips up and back for downward facing dog on this exhale.
And just go ahead and gently walk your down dog out here, as this is our first for this session. Really just press into one heel and the other, bending through one knee and the other, pressing into all 10 fingers, all 10 toes. And go ahead and stop. Inhale your right leg up and back for three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Guide your back heel down, so your left heel down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, rise up for warrior one. So go ahead and draw your hands into steeple, shoulders down and back. Really open through your heart. So if you've been following me on this sequence, you'll realize that a lot of these postures kind of flow into one another. You can't have a heart opening posture without having something to do with opening your neck, your throat. So they really are all connected. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, guide your palms back behind you. Once again, interlace your fingers. Inhale here, exhale, lean back. Really open your heart here and open your throat. And just breathe into that space. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lean forward into humble warrior. And so your torso is just as close to the inside of your right thigh as possible. And just hold it here. Really draw your fist towards the sky. And gently release your palms to the mat. Release your back heel from the mat. You're in your low lunge. And go ahead and step it back into plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Knees or not. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and shift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here to rest it out. So if you think about it, it really does make sense why a lot of the same postures in your heart chakra and your throat chakra are very similar. And it's basically because you can't communicate without your heart. So you both can't be a good listener and can't necessarily be an honest sharer if you are not truly connected to your heart. So, just something to take into consideration. Inhale, left leg up and back for three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Go ahead and drop your right heel down at a 45-degree angle to get ready to set up for your warrior one. So inhale here, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, press through your front heel and rise up. Warrior one, left leg in front. Once again, steeple hands. And really lengthen through your spine. Get nice and tall. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Just breathing into the space. Inhale, gently lengthen through your spine. Exhale, draw your hands down and back behind you. Interlace your fingers. This time, reverse the clasp. If you remember which thumb was over the other, then go ahead and interchange that. Inhale here, lengthening. On your exhale, lean back. Open your heart. Let your throat really open here. And breathe into that space. Think about your truth. What is your truth? Inhale, rise. Exhale, gently lean forward. Let your torso drift to the inside of your left thigh. Palms towards the sky. Think about drawing them towards the front of the room here. So really think about what your truth is. Are you communicating it to the others around you? Are you communicating it to yourself? Inhale, rise, all the way up. Both arms out and up, lengthen. Exhale,
hinge at your hips. Draw your palms to the mat. Release your right heel from the mat for your low lunge and step back into your plank. Inhale here, chaturanga from your knees or not. Well, that should have been an exhale, sorry. Inhale here, shoulders down and back. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and raise your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Breathe into your lower spine, your shoulder blades. Really lengthening here. And gently shift forward. Lower your knees to the ground. And we're coming into our tabletops. So get nice and rooted through your palms. Make sure they're directly under your shoulders. Make sure your knees are directly under your hips here. We're going to do a few cat-cows. So inhale, open your heart, raise your hips, and gaze up. Think about drawing the palms of your hands towards your knees. And on your exhale, press the earth away, chin to chest, navel to spine, tailbone down towards the ground. So cat-cows actually connect all 7 chakras. Inhale, open your heart, raise your hips to gaze up. Draw your palms back towards your knees, shoulder blades down and back. And exhale, press the earth away, chin to chest, navel to spine, tailbone down towards the ground. And gently come back to center. Go ahead and bring your big toes together and let your knees come wide to the width of your mat. Inhale here, exhale, lower down, maybe to your elbows. And then when you're ready, lower down into your child's pose. So your hips sink back towards your heels and your forehead comes to the ground, and just breathe in behind your shoulder blades. Releasing your lower back. Doing a lot of back bends really can exacerbate that space, so we want to do our best to balance everything out. Go one direction and flow the other direction. Walk your palms back or glide them back towards you. And shift your palms to the left as you let your sit bones come down to the left. And swing your legs out ahead of you. Go ahead and get nice and long through your spine. Root yourself in the base of your feet. Inhale here, palms towards the sky. Exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time. Nice and gentle, mindfully. Head's the last thing to come down. Extend your arms out ahead of you and your legs out away from you. Get a nice full body stretch here, just lengthening through your spine. Think about a rope being tied to your wrists and to your ankles and just pulling you in both ways. Ideally that's not happening, but that's the sort of force you want to feel in your body. And release. Bring your knees back towards the sky. Draw your knees into your chest. Place your palms on the outsides of your knees and gently make little knee circles here from left to right. Once again, massaging our lower backs. And from right to left. Lower your feet back to the mat. Lengthen your legs out ahead of you once again. So next we're coming into fish pose. So fish pose is kind of an awkward pose because you're laying down but not. So we're going to press into our elbows and raise our chest from the ground. Bring your elbows back a little bit further behind you just for a moment. Lengthen your lower back. So really get an arch here. Think about letting your head drift back towards the ground. So this is one option of fish pose. The other is you can actually start to glide your elbows a little bit more away from you and let the top of your head come to the ground. And you're really pressing into your elbows here and opening through your heart. Your toes are pointed and pressing away from you. Breathe into your throat. So this is fish pose. And gently
Press into your elbows and guide your head back into a laying down position. Release your shoulders. Bring your knees back into your chest. Place your palms on the outsides of your knees, and once again, those nice little knee circles to release the lower back. From left to right, and now from right to left. So next, we're going to come into plow pose, which is also very awkward. The throat and the heart chakra postures tend to be quite awkward because it takes a lot of strange movement that you're not used to in your day-to-day. If you're used to it in yoga, then that's another thing. All right, so press your elbows into the ground and guide your feet towards the sky. Take the base of your palms and guide them near your glutes, because you're going to shift your hips up and over and hands on the tops of your pelvic bone. And here, your plow pose is wherever you're comfortable. So you may just be here. That's totally fine. If your feet touch, great. If not, also just fine. So just breathe into that space. Really try to let the base of your skull come down to the mat as much as possible, but be very mindful here. We don't want to overstress any tendons or anything in your neck. So just be very thoughtful about how you're coming into this. It's not about rushing into postures. Yoga is certainly not about that. If you rush too much, you're not going to feel where you're at in your body. So it's really about taking a few beats and just relaxing into it. So your throat chakra is also where your thyroid is. So this particular posture is actually really good for your thyroid as well. You might ask how and why. Anytime that we're creating a little bit of compression in any part of our body, we're also not only affecting the fascia there, but we're affecting the internal organs as well. All right, go ahead and come into your shoulder stand. So feet up towards the sky. Engage your core, engage your glutes, engage your quads and your hamstrings. Really point those toes. And come out of this. We're going to roll our shoulders forward a little bit. Let your feet come over your head just a little bit. And let your hips gently glide down towards the mat as your palms keep yourself braced. Release your base of your feet to the mat. Extend your arms out to either side of you in L shapes or T shapes. And windshield wipe your legs from right to left and left to right. Releasing your spine here from that really intense kind of posture. And let your knees just fall to the left and gaze over your right shoulder. We're going to do a slightly more gentle spinal twist today. A little less intense. These postures eventually over time, when you do them more frequently, do become more restful, but when you're first new to them, there's a lot of anxiety inside that comes up, and so that can actually stress you out more when you're trying to do those postures. Bring your knees back towards the sky and let your knees fall to the right. Gaze over your left shoulder. So a lot of times, if you bring too much stress into trying to do something right, you can actually just not do it well at all. So it's just about being mindful, being present, taking things slow, and going into the next step. The more mindful and kind of slowed down we make our actions and intentional, the more likely we are to succeed in whatever it is we're trying to do. And bring your knees back towards the sky. Draw them in towards your chest one more time. Palms on the outer edges of your knees. Once again, little knee circles from left to right and right to left, just to reset that lower spine. And let your feet come down towards the mat and glide your legs out away from you. Let them gently flop open. The inside of your feet towards the sky. Palms towards the sky, arms about 45-degree angle away from your torso.
We're just going to start to breathe here into our Savasana. Savasana is corpse posed, so it's the complete rested state of your flow or practice. And this posture is exceptionally fantastic as it helps you cultivate that space of inner peace. So when the world around you is very loud, you just find this space that you know you have. So go ahead and take a big inhale. Imagine it coming through the base of your feet, all the way up through your spine to the crown of your head. And through the crown of your head, all the way through your spine to the base of your feet. Inhale, release your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, and your chin. Let go of any tension in your neck, shoulders, and chest. Letting go of any tension in your arms, wrists, hands, and fingers. And releasing any tension from your torso, so your stomach, lower back, hips. Release your glutes, legs, ankles, feet, and toes. And let yourself get heavy here. Just melt into the ground. Focus on your breath, like ocean waves. Deepen your breath. Feel it expand your diaphragm. Feel your ribs rise. Feel your diaphragm collapse and your ribs fall on your exhale. Wiggle your fingers and your toes to bring movement back into your body. And mindfully shift your weight towards the left. Guide your left arm under your head as a pillow. Press your right palm into the ground. Just stay here for a breath or two. Thoughtfully press into your right palm and guide yourself into a nice easy seat to face me. Rooting through your sit bones. Draw your shoulders down and back. Inhale, circle your body from the left to the right, so chest forward. Exhale, shifting back, rounding through your spine, chin to chest. Inhale one more time this direction, open your heart. Exhale, press it away, chin to chest. Hold it here, and reverse directions. Inhale, open your heart, just stirring the energy up. Exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine. One more time this side. Inhale, open your heart, little soupy rolls. And exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine. Hold it here. And focus that intention, that space in your throat. And breathe. Feel the constriction of your throat as you do this breath with your chin to your chest. Really connecting with that space. And just mindfully shift your weight forward to come into a regular seated position. Palms towards the sky for receiving. Scan your body. Maybe incorporate the scan with your breath. Inhale your breath from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. And through the crown of your head to the base of your spine. Feeling the space you've created in your body so far. Feeling the space in your throat. Seeing if it feels more released. And think about what you want to say to yourself and what you might want to say to others, and how you might be able to show up and be a better listener for those you care for in your life. Inhale both arms out and up. Press palms together, hands to heart center in prayer. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And exhale, gently lean forward, bow to yourself, and thank yourself for this time to reconnect your mind, body, and spirit. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you really enjoyed that and that you feel a little more open and connected with yourself and your ability to connect with others. So I hope you bring your sparkle through the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.